Hey,
Hello, we are now live.
Usable Live.
My name's Johann,
My name is Oliver.
and today we'll take a really short, quick session, I think.
Yep,
And that is, we just want to demonstrate how we are now able to write documentation without having to write any documentation.
amazing.
Any developer's dream.
Yes.
So,
So you don't have to write documentation, you don't have to read documentation. Usable takes care of everything.
yeah, we can just sit there and drink our chai teas and chill.
Fantastic.
So, basically, what we've been doing all this time so far has been that every single video we've done, we've managed to take the transcript from YouTube and then storing it in Usable for later use.
Yep.
And I was thinking today, because we have had some questions about what is a workspace, what is the difference between fragment types, and what is the fragment, all these terminologies we've invented. And I thought, why not let's just try having him go through the transcripts, go through various workspaces that we have in Usable, and then just have him generate a bunch of documentation for us.
So you're asking Claude to do the documentation work just based on our transcripts or the transcripts of our videos.
Yeah. And I think we should just jump right in just to see how it works.
Yep. So what can we see on the screen now?
So at the moment, I have the usable chat, which you can find through writing chat.usable.dev or pressing the open chat button in your workspace.
Yep.
Like when you open Usable. Now, the chat has access to everything we do internally, meaning he has access to all the transcripts and all the social media posts and everything we've been automatically documenting within Usable.
Yeah.
And the one on the right is our classic Clarity workspace where we've been playing around with various demos.
And I can see, of course, Clarity and Orlando and our CRM, but also usable public there.
Yes, that is the key, because we will be generating documentation for the usable public.
So there is already something in there, but not much.
No. Currently, we have how to build Discord bots.
That sounds like something we did yesterday.
Yeah. And today we actually had a minor issue, which we solved immediately, which was that the Discord bot had stopped because we had to do some updates afterwards. And one of our coworkers realized they pushed in a change and it didn't work. Like it wasn't recorded. So being that we used our agentic or agent assisted development, I just told him in the background, add some commands so that we can sync it manually as well. And then I told our coworker to try it out, and then it worked. And now we even documented it right here, how to make commands in Discord as well.
Fantastic.
So if anyone wants to try it, you're free to just ask Usable because he knows how to do it now.
So we had 3 recipes all related to the Discord integration. So like a very narrow subject in usable, but still. And what we want to do now is to expand it, not only a bit but much.
Yeah, we will fill it with everything from creating webhooks to API tokens to how they work, what the names and everything.
Fantastic. But there was a 4th fragment there. What was that?
That was template. And the reason we have this template is because he makes sure that all the documentation that ends in here, this workspace, always has the same structure.
So usable, our nudie branch, make sure that this is the structure.
Yeah. So
and why do we do that?
That is actually, first of all, so that when people who don't want to ask the bot but actually want to read it, it's always the same in every single fragment. And it's also kind of to foreshadow what we might be doing on Monday, which is that we will automate a documentation page through what we've learned so far through all of our sessions. So
fantastic.
That could be a lot of fun. So I think we should just jump right in. So what we can ask the chatbot is say,
so now we are in the usable chat.
Yeah.
And we're using Claude 4.5 Sonnet.
Yeah, and there are several options you can pick between, but we're picking that one.
And of course, everyone has access to this, but we have access to the transcripts from the videos. So that's an important bit of it.
So we can say, hey, so many people have asked what a workspace is in usable. Can you look through the usable live workspace as well as the usable social media?
Yeah.
Is there anything else, anywhere else you should look?
Maybe the Flowcore workspace. I'm not sure if that's too helpful, or
yeah, maybe. I mean, we can always build upon it afterwards, so it's fine.
Because if usable gets access to the Flowcore workspace, then there are maybe a lot of more hints to what a workspace is.
Exactly. We can add. There's excellent transcripts.
Great, excellent transcripts.
Excellent transcripts from previous usable live sessions.
Yeah,
that you can look through.
Yeah, I think that's good enough. So if we get a bad answer, we can just refine it.
And then I think we should say, please document what a workspace is in the usable public workspace. Use the documentation template found in usable public. Something like that.
Fantastic.
So let's just try and run it and see what happens.
So an important detail here is that because you are authenticated in there in the left-hand side, as a usable developer, you're able to make changes in usable public.
Yeah. That's very important, because if you just subscribe, you have no ability to change anything in that space or workspace.
So you have access to lots of information, including these excellent, fantastic, amazing transcripts.
I'm being affected by Claude.
And you have the permissions to create new fragments.
Yeah. So what he's currently doing now is just trying to figure out what information is available, and from there on out start gathering enough until he can say what a workspace is.
And what you did there was you just clicked on this.
Yeah,
it was a reasoning prompt there, and if you click on it, you can see what reasoning is going on.
Yeah, and what MCP tools he's using.
Yeah, so the agentic search frameworks, get many memory, fragment content, and
he probably went in here to grab the livestream prompt pack. All right. Okay, he went into the social medias one as well.
Yep.
And he touched on usable live, where he probably he even looked up specifically the live streams.
And that was probably the script for today?
Yeah, I think so.
At least one that was updated today.
Yeah, and it might take a while because he's looking through a lot of information at the moment.
Yeah.
But after this, he should hopefully now be able to spit out a perfect documentation.
It almost looks like he's given up.
Yeah.
If you click on the prompt down there, ask me anything.
He is running. He seems to be running, analyzing and reasoning. Now we need to define definition, and doc will extract definition with these fragments. Because I feel like he is actually just processing at the moment. So we'll see.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, I think you could try and ask about what are fragment types, for example. Are you doing okay? And just ask him just to see if he's frozen or not. How can I reach you today? I'll just grab this again. Did you manage to create a documentation fragment on what a workspace is? Let's see what he does. Okay, he's definitely running at the moment.
Yeah, I think when you...
Other than that, using the documentation template found in usable public. I've created a new documentation fragment titled "What is a usable workspace?"
That was fast.
He's probably used whatever, like previously just
so
collected.
he had got the context from above, yeah.
But he just froze before that. And if I go now into the usable public workspace, press the knowledge fragment, that's where he decided to put it. We'll control it better in the future, but what is a usable workspace? Wow. A usable workspace is a logical container with a usable platform that groups together related knowledge fragments, fragment types, permissions, and other settings. It provides a scoped environment where teams can collaboratively capture, organize, and retrieve information.
It is amazing.
Yeah. Why use a workspace? Organization clarity, collaboration, discoverability, reusable documentation. Typical first step, he even says. His suggestion is even usable public documentation. That is...
Of course, there are so many that have seen all our live sessions, and if you have listened to our sessions, we have never defined it this clearly. We have just talked about it vaguely.
In several different sessions.
Yeah. And what Claude/Usable was able to do was to synthesize all of that into very clear documentation about a workspace.
What is a usable workspace? So I think we should just say, that is amazing. Can you also add a doc on how you make a workspace? Just to see if he can figure that out as well. Because now he probably should do this rather fast, because he has all the context that just happened just before from everything he's fetched from usable. So how to create a workspace in usable fragment's been added to the usable public workspace. So let's see how to create a workspace in usable. There you go. In the usable UI, click the new workspace button in the sidebar. Choose name that reflects the purpose. Choose visibility.
It's all correct.
Set permissions. Who's allowed? If there's any additional owners that you want, or other roles. Define fragment types and tags. Seed the workspace.
Enable API keys or N8N webhooks. That's definitely not anywhere but in our transcript.
Yeah. That's just really nice. And again, we really didn't have to do anything. And if he makes a mistake, it's not a question of, now I have to sit down and write a bunch of fixes, but instead I'll just tell him, oh, you made this mistake, fix it. Which means he should be able to do it from there.
So I opened the chat the same way you did and said, what are fragment types? Can you look through the usable live workspace for usable live transcripts and create a documentation fragment in usable public? He answers what fragment types are, but it says, now let me create comprehensive documentation about the usable live sessions in the usable public workspace. So that was a misunderstanding.
Okay, yeah. But
so I'll just stop it.
Amazing. Can you do the same with fragment types? So write a doc on what a fragment type is, and one on how to create them, as well as what the difference, or what is special / relevant with the predefined fragment types. Let's just call it that. Then we'll just give them some examples: recipes, knowledge, etc. Let's see if you can build on that, or if he has enough information or not.
So I tried again with a bit clearer instructions. So finally, can you create a documentation fragment describing fragment types in the workspace usable public? Because my instructions were very, very vague before.
Then we'll see what he does. And again, the reason we're doing this is so that we can, first of all, if you have any questions about usable, you can just ask the chatbot, and he will tell you exactly what's going on and how everything works. But we will also be pushing this to a documentation page of sort if you're not going into these chatbots. But we're kind of leaning into the idea that you should not really have a massive docs page. You should really be focusing on, here's a chat, go nuts.
Yeah.
And if you don't even know what to do, then ask, how do I get started?
So here is something.
All our fragment file documentation. Oh, I think he misunderstood what I said. All 4 fragments file documentation. You can see if he created something. I don't think he created anything. Oh. Usable live session, complete documentation, and session archive.
I will go in and delete that one. That's definitely not what we wanted.
I mean, he did create this, which is what is a fragment type in usable.
Yeah.
A fragment type classifies a fragment purpose and formatting within a usable workspace. It tells the system and humans how to treat the content, whether it's a reference, document,
yeah, I can see it here as well.
Step-by-step guide, troubleshooting solution, or a reusable code template.
It has everything here. The 5 standard fragment types. And
automated scripts, boilerplate project config files, exactly. Oh, that's really cute. At the bottom, he says, compiled from the usable live and social media workspaces.
Fantastic.
And I mean, yeah, we can just keep adding things now.
So we promised this will be a short session.
Yeah, so I think
and the problem is that we're having so much fun, so time flies. And
so if you're still here, we thank you.
Oh, this is pretty darn powerful.
Yeah.
Because you asked about workspaces. I asked about fragment types. Did you ask about something else?
No.
But you could just make a list, or give me a list of the key concepts in usable, and make a documentation.
Yeah.
Using the same process.
And I mean, I feel like from now on out, we will do every single time we finish a stream, we will tell them, go into that transcript, find any elements that you find important in a documentation sense, like how to create a webhook,
and either update or create new documentation fragments.
Exactly.
And that's a bit how it works in the normal loop. That in the agent loop starts by checking usable. Is there anything I should know before I start following this task?
Yeah.
And towards the end, the agent should ask, is there anything from this that is new that I should populate into usable?
Because we did have something that someone said today, which was that they followed our old tutorials, but one of the buttons have moved since. So by doing this iterative process, he would actually go back and update the old one.
Can we do so that the agent would update the old videos and move the buttons?
That's on Tuesday.
That's on Tuesday.
No pressure.
Someday that will be possible.
Some beautiful day.
Yep.
But I think that's pretty much all I wanted to cover today.
Fabulous. And we're ready for Monday, where we're going to make a documentation site based on this.
I can already say that we really want to coin this, the AAD method.
Yeah.
Whereas I've just been working on my tasks for the day. In the meantime, I created a feature in the Flowcore workspace, feature request. And then I created a new repo on GitHub and pulled it down and then just said, implement this feature request. It has everything from what type of documentation, like APIs to use and stuff, and then just go nuts. And he's just been running in the background. And I've occasionally just went in like, okay, that looks good, continue.
So this settles the old argument. Can you multitask? Yes, you can. With usable, you can.
Finally.
Yeah.
So I think that was about it.
And I think it's time to say that now you should go out and make something usable.